what would healthy male empowerment look like? Because even to say male empowerment feels very like, whoa, like that sounds potentially offensive. But but what does, for you, what does actually healthy masculine empowerment look like? Healthy masculine power. What does it look or feel like?
To be at service. You see, men by laws of nature, or in terms of our biology, human biomechanics, we have this privilege of power in terms of physical power. We have physical strength. We have, bigger muscles than women. Unless you go to Northern Europe, then it's a different story. It only becomes toxic when you abuse this power. You show off this power. You show off your muscles or use it narcissistically for your own self. But it becomes healthy when you use this power for others.
So what I'm hearing is, so for you, toxic, unhealthy masculinity is when it's used against others, or used just for yourself.
Yes.
And healthy masculinity is when it's used in service to other people.
Yes, and that's just one of it. There's a wide variety of what signifies healthy and unhealthy. Like unhealthy can also be owning that one way. There's only one way of becoming that kind of masculinity. Like for example, a man should look like this type of body. It should be able to carry heavy loads of weight.
Right.
And a person who thinks that is the only way is toxic. There's a lot of ways, right? So, but as my way is to be at service for people. Yeah.
I love that definition that you're using because it's so unusual. It's standing out to me. Like, I don't think I've heard it framed that way, that a healthy masculinity is one that's used in service of others. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, when you convene your brothers' circles, what are some themes that you are hearing from the men who come to these circles? Like, what are the themes of struggle, or the themes of like, this is actually what I want? Yeah, what's coming up in those circles?
They are not going through it alone. That is so common in a circle. Because as men, especially for me as well, last time I always believed that my problem is the only problem in the world. Like I only have this special problem,
Yeah.
It was only that when I get to share with other men, I feel like, oh my God, he's going through it also, like I'm not alone, And that's how we get to digest and exchange thoughts and conversations and energy. And then for some reason we sort of like know what to do. That fact that we are not going through it alone, that really make a huge impact with us men. But of course, it is by holding a safe space for them to be really comfortable to dig deep and express.
I'm hearing a lot about holding that safe space specifically for men. So could you help us understand, what does it mean, or what does it look like to hold a safer space for a male conversation?
So a typical brother circle and how it works is we get together, a bunch of men, they attend, say hi and all that. And then we have to read out loud a set of principles and rules. So brother circle is also led by a friend of mine, Chun. Yeah. And Chun came up with this set of guidelines.
Yeah.
And we read out individually, like one of it is also be punctual, discretion, no interruption, and all that. And so that already set
the safety
net. And then when a man express a topic that they really want to express, we would advise the brothers not to tell them what to do or what not to do. So the way we exchange the conversation is to relate to our life experiences.
Yeah.
So let's say this man is talking about his difficulty in expressing love with his wife, and then I will express something that is similar according to my life experience. Yeah, so that is relatable.
Yeah.
so that it doesn't have that vibe that I'm trying to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
You know, because I know most men don't like that fact. It can be a bit ego tripping, you know. So yeah, that's how we keep that space very neutral. And of course, before they get to talk, you know, I get them to be in their bodies. We'll do a bit of meditation.
Yeah.
We do a bit of breath work, you know, just to tap into their bodies.
Yeah.
And I will get them to scan their bodies and feel which part of their bodies is tight. And then from that tightness, what are they thinking of? And then they can express what this tightness reminds them of, you know. It can be hard days of work, a lot of chores to do before they came to the circle, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, because I realized most of us didn't have the chance to even express that part.
Yes.
You know, like, oh man, I'm feeling tired because I just have a lot of diapers to you know to clean the day. So stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
So if you could give insight, let's say, to female listener right now on like if she wants to hold a safer space for more authentic conversation to emerge from the man she loves or cares for, what insight would you give to this woman? What should she do, not do?
I think I feel women also must, not must, I would encourage women to find healing with their masculine.
Say more.
Yeah, by that is by understanding the man that they grew up with. Yeah, because this is also part of their programming. When women are surrounded by the men in their household, subconsciously they have a certain expectation of how an ideal man should behave, or rather, and on the flip side, how a toxic man should behave. So once a girl or a woman find out why this man they grew up with also influence who they are,
yeah,
or how they perceive, or how they project an ideal man through their eyes, you know?
Yeah,
they can understand that every man is different. Yeah, they can understand that every man has their story. So that I would encourage women to, I don't know, go back, do some inner work, you know, visit their past, you know, find out about the man in their household, because that's how masculine is introduced as well in their childhood, right? Yeah, but it takes a lot of courage to go deep. So just take time. Take your time with it.